Welcome to the evening news. I'm your co-anchor, DC Fago Guy.
Thank you for that awesome intro. We're just going to jump right into it. I have a few things here to talk about, and then we'll get on to the actual review.
Right on.
These are shirts.
Fuck yes.
And I'm not going to actually do a haul type thing where I show the stuff that we bought, because I actually plan on doing a separate haul video from the things that I bought or got at the gathering. And you kind of talked a little bit about possibly doing one too?
Yeah.
But for the sake of the review, when we got there, the parking lot was so clustered, I felt. This was our first gathering, so we didn't really know where to go or what, what would you call that, like how they operated or whatnot?
Well, I don't know. They had guys in place to point you in the right direction. I mean,
yeah, they had to go like way around and loop around just to go like.
Yeah, it seems like there was a plan set in motion. So.
Yeah.
Trial run.
You turn in your ticket, and which they didn't let you take it back. I hated that.
Yeah.
I wish they would have ripped off the edge and let you kept it. I'm one of those people that like to keep my tickets. But you get a little cloth bracelet that they clamp on, and that's your ticket basically. And then they give you the medallion, which I must say, this is pretty fresh medallion.
Very awesome.
And it's engraved.
I got one in a package that I ordered from Hatchet Gear, and it didn't feel official. Getting that was felt official.
Yeah.
Like I was there, motherfucker.
This is like real shit, and this must have been like really expensive. I mean, you think about how many people they had to print that off for.
Thousands.
Yeah.
What else did they give us?
For free?
No.
Oh.
When you turn your ticket.
Yeah, you get your little booklet thing.
Program,
and it has all the different things that go on. It has some advertisement, the map on the back, and basically the time that everything's supposed to be going on. You can actually download this online for free and actually read it in depth, good quality. It's not like a picture, it's more of a scan type ordeal. And I kind of have this out in case you want to reference anything, but there's that. And I do have my scrapbook here. I'm not really sure why, other than if you haven't seen my scrapbook video, you can go check that out.
Link in the description.
Basically has like our pictures and everything. As far as videos that go for the gathering, I actually made a gathering vlog separate from my weekly vlogs. That has all the videos plus some pictures, so.
Yeah.
Okay, the format for this video is, and this is kind of like my little cheat sheet. What we kind of talked about was having 5 peaks, 5 pits, and then 5 questions. So I'll start.
Take her away.
One of my peak is the awesome people there. There were some pretty cool people there, like complete strangers that would just walk up and start having a conversation with, and a few of them added me on Facebook afterwards.
Yep.
Thinking back now though, I wish I would have got other people's phone numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I was just so distracted because being our first time, it was like every time I looked around I would see something different.
Yeah.
I felt like I couldn't really just like be there in that moment because I was just so in awe of just like trying to take everything in.
Oh yeah. See, that's my first peak. Is I had a lot of fun. There was so much to take in. There was so much to do. There, like you said, there were people to meet. For me, I had a crew that I hung out with a lot, and it was awesome meeting them.
That I think made it actually better, is having people to go hang out with.
Yep.
Made it better.
Instead of like, oh, do you want to just go hang out here for a little bit? Or, oh, do you want to just go sit here until this starts? No, it was, well, let's see what they're doing. Let's go meet up with them. I like that.
Another one of my peak would be the extras. And what I mean by extras is I'm talking about like the comedy, the stand-up comedy they had, the Family Feud, tattoo contest, all those extras. That really made the gathering experience for me just that much better. I love stand-up comedy and I really enjoyed myself. And it was nice to just do something different,
Yeah. Speaking of extras, did you want to mention this?
At the seminars, they actually gave this for free. ICP gave this out for free just for being their seminar. Big Hoodoo was it? We went to his seminar and he gave out t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But there weren't even like enough for half the people that were there.
Yeah.
I know like ABK brought pizza or something. Different people brought different things, but ICP actually gave one to everyone that showed up, and I thought that was pretty cool. They actually had enough for everybody.
I hear some folks ended up with 2 or 3.
Yeah. This was actually from the booth where Twisted Shop was set up. I bought a Boondock shirt, and they gave it for free. So they were giving it to a lot of people. I think just until they ran out. But that was kind of cool to get some little freebies.
Oh yeah, very. So another peak for me would be the shows. Wizard of the Hood was probably easily the greatest show there.
I wish we could have had a better view though.
Yes.
When we were heading back home and started watching the video, I had noticed that they had pulled a car out on stage, and I was like, what? I couldn't see that. I don't know if it was my height or where I was sitting or what.
I did happen to catch that though.
Oh, I did not. Like that blew me away. It was like even a week after the gathering, I'm still like getting blown away by the amazement. I think the other peak I would have would be the 24/7 music constantly. I really like that. Like, it didn't bother me that we were trying to sleep or that it was, you know, I mean, these are people that are playing music you like, so it's not like the annoying neighbor that won't shut up. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not that annoying neighbor blasting country across the street.
Yeah. So that would be 5 peaks. So you want to do 5 pits?
Let's do some 5 pits. Okay. For me, the fucking weather. Now, mind you, I live in the state of Indiana, so I'm from the Midwest. I'm used to the humidity. So don't get me wrong, there were some days it was actually moderately cooler, but I just don't like hot. I actually plan on getting, I don't know if I will, I'm talking shit, but I'd like to get a tattoo that says perishable, must refrigerate on the back of my neck.
Keep refrigerated.
Keep refrigerated. Yeah.
I actually had no problem with the weather. I was completely content until Saturday, and I was absolutely miserable Saturday.
Hottest day.
I mean, it was. I heard it was over 100.
I believe that. It was hot.
I watched another person's vlog, and in his car he had the AC blaring or blasting, and he said that his car said it was like 109 degrees, and it was like, holy shit! Like, was it really over 100? You just get so lost in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely the heat on Saturday was not fun for me. I had like the fan the whole time, and that was the only time I actually like really used the fan. I had that laminated map. We laminated our map and our guide, or what would you call that, itinerary. I was like fanning myself the whole day. I was miserable.
Yep.
Pit for me, and I really don't want to offend anybody by saying this, but the weed and the cigarette smoke was a big pit for me. I didn't mind it out and about outside. The only time it bothered me would be in the tents. Every single tent we were in, there were signs that said no smoking, yet half the people are smoking. And someone with asthma and breathing problems, like, that's there for a reason. You know, I felt like I was almost choking. My chest felt so tight I couldn't breathe. And during the ICP seminar, we just had to step out to the outside of the tent because it was just so full. That smoke just sits there.
Well, we had other reasons for stepping out too. It was hotter inside the tent than it was outside the tent.
Mostly because of the smoke.
Well, you have people accumulated in a small space, and that heat's kind of trapped in that little area.
That was like the biggest thing that bothered me, I think, was all the smoke. Because I'm susceptible to it. I had a headache, and you know, for me it was like, you can't put your cigarette out or not smoke for an hour, and I'm miserable for 2-3 hours afterwards with a headache and chest pain, and I can't breathe just because you couldn't put it out for an hour. You know, that's kind of like my view, and I'm sure there's people that were worse than me with asthma or whatnot, and they probably were miserable. That's the only thing the only bad thing I had to say was about that. Is, you know, just be considerate, because there's other people that maybe can't handle that for whatever reason.
Scheduling for me was one I didn't really care for. And it's not even so much of, I don't feel like they did a good job scheduling. I didn't care for a lot of the late shows, like early in the morning. I'm used to working a first shift job, so it wasn't easy for me to switch to being a night owl within hours. I actually ended up missing 2 of the shows I wanted to go see because they were just so late in the morning. There was no way I was going to stay awake. So even if I would have went to them, I still would have missed them.
I hate that we had to miss them, not because they weren't playing it or we didn't walk that way. It was simply because we couldn't stay awake.
Yeah.
I hated that it was something that we couldn't help.
Because one of the shows we missed, we were actually there, but we fell asleep waiting on it. And we knew if we stayed, we were going to miss it because we were going to fall asleep, and the crowds was getting pretty bad anyway. So we just decided to duck out and head back to the tent.
I think really the only other pit I could think of would be the showers and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
I understand, like, with porta potties, there's not really a lot you can do. They're shitty. They're going to be shitty because they're full of shit. But the showers, I was really surprised to find out that there was one shower trailer for one campground. Like, there should, in my opinion, you know how they have the porta potties in each campground? They should have had a shower trailer in each campground. I'm not going to walk 10 minutes in a nightgown, you know, braless and no underwear with a towel wrapped around me or something, like, for a shower. And I was hearing people that had to wait 3 hours just to get a shower because the line was so long. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think next year we'll have to bring our own shower.
I agree. So there's only one more pit we have listed on here, but it kind of ties in with one we already talked about, and that's the late hours. And really, it like I said, it jumps back to scheduling. If they could start some of these shows a little bit sooner and be done with some of these shows a little bit sooner, I think that would work out better for some. But I understand they like having light shows for some of these concerts, and you really can't do that if it's daylight out.
Right.
But
I think too, on the schedule, you know, it showed everything starting at noon. But then it really didn't start till 1:30 because everything would be running late. So that would have backed everything else up.
so rather, this pit is more of not late hours. It's kind of like the late shows, like running late.
Yeah. Instead of noon, I feel like they should have started at 10 o'clock and have everything but the concerts, you know, and then in the evening they can have like the concerts and stuff.
Agreed.
So the 5 questions. Something you wish you would have brought but didn't.
Bigger fan. Like you said, you held onto that fan most of the day, and
You didn't ask to share for it.
I let you have it because you were miserable,
If you
and I actually.
asked if I would have shared it with you, I would have shared it with you.
This is gonna sound corny as fuck, but really, what got me through Saturday was the environment, the energy that I got from being at the ICP seminar, the energy I got from seeing ICP that night is really what pushed me through the miserableness of being hot.
Not me. It was hot. I was miserable Saturday. Until like the evening, and like nothing mattered when they were on stage, and it was cooler, a little cooler out, but nothing mattered then.
So what's something extra you would have brought?
Chairs. We actually, one of our friends that we ran into, people we met, his chair broke, and he had to borrow someone else's chair, and that chair broke too. And it kind of made me think, oh shit, if our chairs break, we're screwed. Like,
Well,
I don't know what I would do because I have, what do you say, like a disability with being able to walk very far. Like, I need my chair, you know, and I feel like, and well, your strap broke on your chair.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Mine kind of broke. The carrying case, the strap on the carrying case broke. That's what I was using to carry the motherfucker around all weekend. You know, throw it on my shoulder along with.
Luckily, it broke like the
food
last
bag.
day.
Yeah, the last day within like 6 hours of everything being done. So that wasn't too tough.
The other reason for extra chairs is so we could have people come hang out at our tent.
Yep.
You know, that would have been nice. And a footrest, like to be able to have another chair for a footrest to lay back and relax, like Saturday when we were kind of camped out at our tent for an hour just trying to cool off.
Yep.
Number 2 would be anything you wish you didn't bring.
Nothing. I liked everything I brought.
Nothing you brought that you felt like I really didn't need that.
Not really.
I think if I had to pick something, it would be less clothes. I did use all my clothes that I brought. I did use everything, but I really felt like it could almost have been worn 2 days, like your outside clothes. Obviously, like your underwear and bras, I would change every day, but I felt like your t-shirt and your shorts, you could probably make that last 2 days.
Not me. I
No?
sweat. Not me.
I know, I
sweat.
just kind of felt like maybe I had a lot of clothes. I had like an outfit for every day. Maybe that was too much. I do wish I would have brought more bandanas. I ran out really fast. I didn't realize how much my forehead would be sweating. So number 3, what would you do different for next year?
Leave sooner, which circumstances wouldn't really allow us to, because I had to work the day that we were going to leave. But as soon as I got home from work, we left. And we did run into car troubles, which was the night before everything even started.
And that was
we
such
were
a
only
big setback because of the time that it happened.
Mind you, we were
Nothing
only
was open.
Mind you, we were set back like 6 hours, but
more
it
than
could
that.
it could have been worse.
More than that, it was like 10 something at night.
No, what I mean is we didn't get into the campsite until 6 hours after we were wanting to. Like they were letting people in at 6 in the morning. We got there around noon, so we were only set back by 6 hours. Really, if you want to look at it technically like
Basically, we got there Wednesday really late, and we had wanted to get there Tuesday night.
that. Yeah.
I think for me, I would, like I said before, bring a shower and some clear water. What we did this year was took water bottles, put the flavoring in it, and then froze them all. I would bring some, I say clear, but I mean like non-flavored water.
Plain Jane water.
To brush our teeth, to wash, to have a shower. If we brought our own little shower tent, that's what I would use it for. So number 4 would be any regrets. Do you have any regrets of anything you didn't get to do when you were there?
Video projects. There were a couple homies I was supposed to meet up with, do video projects with. There were times we were hanging out and I really probably could have pulled out my camera and did some vlogging and I didn't. But it's like when I got there around them, I was just chilling with them. It never even crossed my mind to pull the camera out. That's probably my biggest regret.
I think mine would be not doing more. I don't know, I guess because it was maybe our first gathering. I feel like I'm blaming it on that, but I was just so overwhelmed with how much was going on. You didn't know where to look. And we get back home and I'm watching videos, of course, and like everything on YouTube. And it's like, oh, I wish I would have went to the freak show. Oh, I wish I would have went to see them in concert. Oh, I wish I would have done that. But at the time, I mean, we were like back to back with scheduling. Like we didn't have any play.
Yeah.
And I really regret not going to everything. Like, a part of me is like, maybe we should have just not have slept at all and just went to everything.
It's like if you have a time machine and you have the opportunity to go back, you're going to go back to the gathering and you're going to avoid yourself and go do everything you didn't do for that day. And then maybe hit up some of the ones you did do just to relive it.
Right. So the last question, number 5, would be, would you go next year and why?
I'm already planning to go next year because it was a blast.
I kind of have that mindset, like, I don't care if I have to live out of a backpack and ride a bus there, like, I want to go. Like, even if all I have enough for is a ticket, like, I want to go.
Me too.
Like, backpack and chair and go.
It could be doable.
I mean, it wouldn't be the funnest thing to do, but if
Some people do it like that.
if we couldn't afford a rental car or anything and all we could afford was a bus ticket, I would so do it. Like, I would not want to miss out on it that bad.
It's doable.
That's all I have.
Right on.
You have anything you want to add on your gathering experience?
It was a blast. I'm glad I went. I can't believe I haven't gone sooner. But they say, I've heard before that the gathering is a different environment than concerts. And I always was skeptical about it. There it is, found it. I was always skeptical about it. I'm like, how could it be that much different than a concert? I'd like, stay away from me. Every single person I encountered at the gathering was all love. There really is nothing but love there.
The only concert I really noticed that was the Wrestle Rap tour.
Yes.
I felt like half of them weren't really there for the music, they were there for the wrestling. So it was really like, you almost felt like judged for being a juggalo. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of cool people there, don't get me wrong. But there were a lot of people there too that were kind of like looking at you weird, like, you're a juggalo. It's like, hey man, why are you here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it everything that you expected?
everything I expected plus more.
Yeah, me too. It was more like a surreal, like, I can't believe we're actually here. I dreamt about it for so many years. I mean, I remember being like 16, 17, being like, as soon as I turn 18, I'm going to the gathering. And it never happened. I'm 23, and this was my first gathering. So it's like, finally. But I feel like this, if any gathering we were going to go to, this was the one because it was the 17th one.
That was exactly the mentality we had going into this gathering. If we're only ever going to go to one, this one has to be it. Now that we've gone, it's like, we're never not going to go. Again.
Do you regret not getting autographs or anything?
Not really.
No?
I don't feel like standing in line for a long period of time to meet them.
I agree.
I will say on that note though, I will say on that note, I would probably go All-Star or VIP as it is and get the autograph that way. Get my program, go get the autograph then.
But this year we just got regular tickets and a cart pass, so that's what he's talking about.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think I would ever hit the autograph tents up because it's just too much waiting just to meet them for a quick minute. And then you got to move on so the next person could go because they've got a schedule they've got to stick to as well.
Well, what if you're in line for an hour and then autographs are done and you didn't even get to see them?
Exactly.
You know, I felt like the Wrestle Rap tour, we were like a foot from Big Hoodoo, a foot from ABK, and like 2 feet from Jay singing. I felt like that was like pretty intimate, you know, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't really feel how like an autograph signing would be any better than that, you know, other than getting to shake their hand and tell them thank you for everything that they've done.
And you can do that in a VIP experience.
That's true. What other perks come with the VIP?
Usually they give free bonus merchandise, stuff like that. Of course, there's the meet and greet, and I know this year they did an all-you-can-eat buffet for everybody.
It's cool.
All-you-can-eat buffets, you know how those are. Those are 10, sometimes $20 per person.
The last thing I feel like we really should touch on would be the planes with the skydivers dropping t-shirts.
Yeah.
It was really sad to me how people acted. For a t-shirt, they didn't even know it was going to fit them was the right size.
And it
People
was,
acting.
It cost you $20.
People literally acting like animals. Just trampling each other for a t-shirt. That was really sad to me to see that. It was like, you know, like, do you guys even see yourselves? And you met a girl had a bad experience. Do you want to touch on that?
I heard on Facebook about a girl whose tent got destroyed because a t-shirt landed on her tent and people dogpiled it to get it.
And broke her tent, basically.
Yeah.
And she didn't get the shirt.
Right. They wouldn't give her the shirt because they got it. And they said, well, it's mine. Even though it landed on her property and they destroyed her property to get it.
Which I think the whole idea of those skydivers was such a cool concept, and I enjoyed watching them. I do think that it's important to remember, like, be civil and treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only bad experience for the most part. Everybody else was really cool at the gathering, other than during the Twisted set. Or no, it was during ICP set. Everyone knows you gotta be watching when they come on because their intro, whatever you want to call it, is usually pretty cool. And the crew members, like actual crew members, came up on a golf cart and parked right in front of us, and then there was like 4 people behind us in chairs and then 2 more people over a little bit more. Just parked and blocked all of us. And I waited and they never moved, so I went up to him. I'm like, hey man, you know, do you think you could move like 2 to 4 feet that way because you're blocking all of these people, including me? I can't see. And I couldn't stand that long anyways. And he looked at me and he said, I'll move after the first song. We want to see the set. Well, you know, so does everyone else behind me want to see the fucking set. Everyone wants to see the first song. Not just you. I felt like that. He was pretty shitty about it, like pretty rude. The way he said it.
Well, he did say we could come up and stand with them, like, right on the cart, though. He did offer us
Oh, he gave us permission to stand next to his cart. Like, really? Like, all these people are sitting here waiting to watch the show, and you just pull up and... I don't know. I mean, he could have been like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, and then move, but, like, he did realize, and he just didn't care. And that was kind of like... I don't know, that it rubbed me the wrong way.
It was still a great set though.
Once they moved, it was a great set. I was happy. You know, but we were wanting to film the opening act and whatnot, and we couldn't, so.
I did. I stood up.
Yeah, well, I can't stand that long.
Well, I know. That's why I stood up.
And if there's people in wheelchairs and shit, who knows? That's the only other thing I think I need to say is, like, that was kind of whatever. It didn't break the experience for me, for sure. There was so much other cool stuff that went on.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So should we close it out?
So until next time, I'm DC Fago Guy.
And I'm Megs.
Thank you guys for watching.
And you can almost guarantee there'll be another one of these next year. Hopefully.